Today, I'm going to be breaking down one of my new favorite pieces of gear. This guy. This is a bolt action pen coming out of Modern Fuel, a company originally based in the UK, and now they're based out of Texas. So a US company based out of Texas making extremely high quality pens. So let's roll some B-roll on this guy and let's get into it. So, I'm no stranger to bolt action pens. My first experience with bolt action pens is the one from Bastion. Really good pen for the money. You pay, I want to say, around 40-50 bucks, depending on the one that you get. And you get a really good quality pen for the price. From there, I went to the Olight O pen. Honestly, one of the perfect pouch pens, and one that I still use to this day. And from there, got into the Big Idea Design bolt action pen, which was my pen for months now. And then this guy showed up at my door, courtesy of Modern Fuel. So full disclosure to anybody watching this video, Modern Fuel did send this out for a review. They did not tell me what to say, they didn't give me a script, they didn't do anything. So all of my thoughts are going to be my own and not anything biased or catering to Modern Fuel. So just wanted to get that out of the way before we get into anything. So like I mentioned, it is a US made product. The interesting thing about how they machine these pens is the body and the tip here are machined together out of a solid block of your choice of material. This one in particular is stainless steel, and you can get anything from copper, bronze, titanium. That whole mix is what they offer as well. But this one specifically is stainless steel. And so you have a single piece milled out or machined out of stainless steel, and all of the internals are removed from this little head. There's a little hex key that holds the clip in place, which is actually what you use to actuate the pen. And I'm gonna touch more on the clip later on, but just know that to get to the refill itself, you have to remove this hex key, take the clip off, and then everything is accessible from the back end. So, a really unique take on a very well-known product. So that's one of the first things that I noticed right out of the box with with the pen here, is the fit and finish is one of the best that I've ever seen. And to touch back on the clip, is this clip doesn't come standard with the pen. It is an add-on. They come stock with a typical bolt style actuator instead of a clip. And so with the clip, if you buy it with the pen, it's about another $10-15 for a stainless steel clip, or another, I want to say $25 or $30 for a titanium clip. So that is something to consider when you're checking these out. And another interesting thing that you get with each pen that you buy, each product that you get from Modern Fuel, is they're backed by a 100-year warranty. So I'm gonna call it basically a lifetime warranty. So anything happens with this pen in the next 100 years, they'll send it back, they'll fix it, and if they can't fix it, they'll give you a new one. So honestly, a really good product, really good warranty. And that comes down to now the price that we're going to get into. So the base price for this bolt action pen, they do have a couple options. You aren't just stuck with a bolt action pen. They do offer click pens and pencils as well. But this stainless steel bolt action pen comes in at $150, which is no small ask, and I understand that. However, I do feel like that price is justified. I paid $100 for my Big Idea Design pen, and this pen right here, I would say justifies another $50 above that. The fit and finish is honestly one of the best I've ever felt. You have a single machine piece of your material of choice. The tolerances have to be spot on because you're dealing with a single block of material. So if anything goes wrong during the machining process, this whole thing has to get scrapped and they have to start over. So that does add to the cost, as well as all of the mechanics that are built into the mechanism here. It's an intricate design, and one that isn't just, you screw in with the big idea design, you screw in the bolt and you're good to go, you're good as new. With this, all of the mechanisms and internals are machined on a tiny little hex Allen wrench key right there. That takes time, that takes effort, and that takes a lot of effort on the design team. And so all of these factors combined, plus the fact that it's US made and backed by a lifetime warranty, yes, it is a big upfront price to pay, but on the back end, you also really, once you buy this, you're set for life. Anything happens to it, you know that you're going to be taken care of by a good company. And even within talks with the team over at Modern Fuel, their customer service is really, really good, which is hard to find in a lot of these companies. Sometimes you'll wait 2, 3, 4 days for a response on a customer service call. I've noticed that their response is relatively quick compared to other companies. So you're getting a really, really good product along with a company that kind of really cares about you and that's located here in the US. All of those factors combined, again, I feel like justify the steep price tag of this pretty good. But for just the base stainless steel, which I think is fine, I've been using this the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and I've had zero issues with it. And it feels just as premium as some of the other premium material pens that you'll run into, the Big Idea design, the tactile turn. This feels pretty on par with each of those companies. And I would put this in a category, if not its own category above those companies. Because, and I'm not saying this because they sent this to me. I'm not saying any of this to say good things just to say good things. I'm saying it because their product is actually really good. And I was really surprised. I didn't know how I was gonna feel, especially being that there's a pretty steep price tag on it. I thought it was gonna be one of those things that I'd get it and say, there's no way I'd ever pay for this. And my mind is actually the complete opposite. I feel like the price on this is completely justified and one that I would pay no problem now that I've handled this in hand. And one factor in that is just how smooth the bolt action, just how smooth the action is on this in general. It is one of the smoothest, and I'll put this next to the microphone so you can hear it, but it is such a satisfying sound. Give this a listen. There's no grittiness, there's no grain, there's no anything. This thing is, everything on this pen is machined to fit itself. They fit everything together in its own single piece. And so they don't just have a table laying around of pieces that they hand assemble everything. Each piece of this is machined to fit this exact pen. So the pen that you buy is going to fit your exact pen because it's all machined together as one cohesive piece. And so they machine the internal mechanisms to fit this specific body of a pen. And that process is actually one of my favorites because you know that you're getting the perfect fit and finish every single time with every single product. And that's the kind of effort, that's the kind of care, and that's the kind of attention to detail that I can appreciate, especially coming from a price tag. You want to pick apart every single piece of penny that you're spending, and every single layer that you peel back is just more and more justification on that price. And again, I know $150 is no small ask, and with this clip included, that jumps up to $165, almost $170. That is a lot for a pen. You can get pens for 60, 70 cents. So you can get pens 1,000 times less expensive than this. And I get that. This is not for everybody. 100% understandable. It wasn't for me for the longest time. I never understood, a long time ago, I never understood the justification for anybody spending over $30 on a knife. Now I have a $300 knife. I've never understood, for the longest time, never understood why anybody would buy a $20 pen. Now I'm spending $100, $120 on pens myself, in addition to the ones that companies send. For me, the return on investment really is in its own ballpark when it comes to Modern Fuel and the products that they make. US made, hand assembled, everything is machined together to fit itself. You know, you're not picking parts, piecing everything together like a Lego set. Everything is made to fit in its own self. That alone is really, really hard to come by in a lot of these companies. I love this pen, and it's going to be the one that I will be carrying for the longest foreseeable future. Because, again, I didn't mention this before right now, but this comes standard fit for a Pilot G2 refill, and there's a lot of things to take into consideration when buying these upper tier, higher end, really luxury style pens for your EDC. But it's with anything. The more money you pay, typically, the higher quality of a product you're gonna get, and this is no exception to that. So yeah, with all of these things considered, this is the Modern Fuel bolt action pen. This is my pen. I love my Big Idea design. I love all of my other pens, but this one right now takes the cake above all of them. So with that, I really think that if you're looking for a new EDC pen, if you're in the market for one, this is the one that I would suggest that you guys pick up. Go over to the website, give them a nice little look. And so again, these are my thoughts on this pen. It's gonna be really tough to beat it out. And as always, let me know your thoughts on this video down in the comments. Let me know what you guys are carrying as far as your EDC pens. And with all of that said, with all of these things said, until next time, peace.